Let's get right into it. Number 5, Stegosaurus and Tyrannosaurus rex never met. Every dinosaur movie you've ever watched is basically a complete lie. Hollywood loves throwing random dinosaurs together like they're hosting some prehistoric dinner party, but the truth is way more mind-blowing. Stegosaurus was already extinct for 80 million years before T-Rex even showed up. That's longer than the gap between T-Rex and you sitting here right now watching this video. Picture this. When T-Rex was stomping around 68 million years ago, Stegosaurus had been dead and fossilized for so long that it was basically ancient history to the ancient world. These two iconic dinosaurs lived in completely different eras with totally different climates, plants, and ecosystems. Stegosaurus munched on ferns and conifers during the warm, humid Jurassic period when flowering plants didn't even exist yet. Meanwhile, T-Rex lived in the Cretaceous when those same flowering plants had completely taken over and changed the entire food web. It's like comparing a medieval knight to a modern astronaut and assuming they hung out together. The Mesozoic era lasted for 165 million years, split into 3 massive time periods, and most dinosaur species never overlapped with each other. That epic battle scene between Stegosaurus and T-Rex that you saw in movies? Pure fantasy. They were separated by more time than humans and T-Rex. If you're enjoying these prehistoric reality checks, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started with animals that Hollywood completely messed up. Number 4, woolly mammoths and most human civilizations missed each other by thousands of years. You probably think cavemen rode woolly mammoths like hairy elephants, but that's another massive misconception. By the time humans started building the first cities and developing agriculture, most woolly mammoths had already vanished from the planet. The last major populations died out around 10,000 years ago, right as the Ice Age was ending. But here's where it gets really interesting. A tiny population of woolly mammoths actually survived on a remote island called Wrangel Island until about 4,000 years ago. That means the last woolly mammoths were still alive when the Great Pyramid of Giza was being built. These island mammoths were completely isolated from human contact, living their own separate existence while Egyptian pharaohs were constructing monuments. The mainland populations got wiped out by a deadly combination of climate change and human hunting pressure. As the ice sheets melted, their grassland habitats turned into forests and swamps that couldn't support massive herds. Early humans definitely hunted mammoths, but they also competed for the same resources during a time when the entire planet was transforming. Most human civilizations only knew mammoths through fossils and bones, not living animals. The gap between mammoth extinction and human civilization is like the gap between the Roman Empire and the Internet age. Comment your location and let me know if any extinct animals used to live in your area. Number 3, saber-toothed cats and modern big cats never shared territory. Those massive fangs weren't just for show, but saber-toothed cats went extinct around 10,000 years ago, long before lions, tigers, and leopards spread across the globe. Smilodon, the most famous saber-toothed cat, lived in the Americas during the Pleistocene epoch. These weren't actually related to modern cats the way you might think. They evolved their giant teeth independently, which means nature basically came up with the same terrifying design twice in completely different animal families. Saber-toothed cats were built like furry tanks with incredibly powerful front legs and shoulders designed for wrestling down massive prey. They probably hunted giant ground sloths, ancient bison, and young mammoths by ambushing them and delivering devastating bites with those ridiculous fangs. Modern big cats are built completely differently. They're built for speed, agility, and endurance hunting. A lion would be totally outmatched in a wrestling match with a saber-toothed cat, but the saber-tooth would get destroyed in a chase across the savannah. These two groups of predators represent completely different evolutionary strategies that never had to compete against each other. When the Ice Age ended and megafauna started disappearing, saber-toothed cats lost their primary food sources and couldn't adapt fast enough. Modern big cats evolved later to hunt the smaller, faster prey that survived the mass extinction. Number 2, giant marine reptiles and modern whales ruled different oceans. The age of reptiles produced some absolutely insane sea monsters that make modern ocean predators look like goldfish. Mosasaurs were basically giant swimming lizards with flippers, massive jaws, and teeth like railroad spikes. These things grew up to 60 feet long and terrorized Cretaceous seas around 70 million years ago. Plesiosaurs had incredibly long necks and looked like the Loch Ness Monster's actual prehistoric cousins. Some of these marine reptiles were bigger than modern blue whales, but they lived in completely different oceans. When the asteroid hit Earth 66 million years ago, it wiped out basically every large marine reptile on the planet. The oceans became empty, ecological wastelands with most of the top predators gone. It took millions of years for whales to evolve from small land mammals and move into the ocean to fill those empty predator niches. Early whales were tiny compared to the marine reptiles they replaced. Modern whales and dolphins are mammals that evolved completely different hunting strategies, body shapes, and social behaviors. They're filter feeders, echolocation specialists, and highly social animals, while the ancient marine reptiles were mostly solitary ambush predators. These two groups of ocean giants never swam in the same waters, separated by one of the most catastrophic extinction events in Earth's history. Before we get to number 1, smash that share button and blow your friends' minds with these prehistoric facts they definitely don't know. Number 1, humans and non-bird dinosaurs missed each other by 65 million years. This might seem obvious, but you'd be shocked how many people think humans and dinosaurs coexisted at some point. The gap between the last non-bird dinosaurs and the first humans is absolutely staggering. When that massive asteroid slammed into Earth 66 million years ago, it ended the Cretaceous period and took out every dinosaur except for birds. For the next 65 million years, mammals were basically tiny, furry creatures hiding in burrows, while the planet recovered from total devastation. Our earliest primate ancestors didn't even show up until about 55 million years ago, and they were small, tree-dwelling animals that looked nothing like humans. The first actual human ancestors appeared only around 7 million years ago in Africa, and modern humans have only existed for about 300,000 years. That means if Earth's history was compressed into a single year, dinosaurs would have died out in mid-October, and humans wouldn't appear until 11:58 p.m. on December 31st. We missed the entire age of dinosaurs by such a massive margin that it's like comparing the lifespan of a mayfly to the age of the universe. Every single fossil, every bone fragment, every dinosaur tooth we've ever found had been buried in rock for tens of millions of years before the first human ever walked upright. The closest thing our ancestors ever saw to a living dinosaur were early birds, which are literally the only dinosaur lineage that survived the mass extinction. So next time someone tries to tell you that humans rode dinosaurs or that they lived at the same time, remind them that the gap between us and T-Rex is longer than the gap between T-Rex and Stegosaurus. These prehistoric giants were gone long before our species even existed, leaving behind only their fossilized remains for us to marvel at millions of years later. That's all for today. Subscribe to see more videos that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about the past.